welcome back to my channel. This is Canadian Retro. I've got another pickups video for you here. This stuff spans a number of days because it's been really slim out there in the thrift shops lately, and I haven't really been able to hit them up as often as I'd like to. Not to mention, I'm not really able to hit them up until later on in the day, and they're pretty much cleared out by the time I get there. So this is kind of the stuff that I've found recently. Not an epic haul or anything like that, but 'tis the season and that's the way that it goes. So let me get started on something that is not actually a video game related, but I always keep you guys updated when I find these things, and that is Lego sets. Now this one here came out to be pretty expensive actually. It's a $10 set that I found at Value Village, so paid 10 bucks for this. It's a couple hundred pieces, so not too big of a deal. The reason why I wanted to go on this one though is the box is beat up. I don't keep the box and stuff, so it's not a big deal because I just chuck this into a bin. But it came with all the manuals and stuff like that, which is, whatever that is. But it came with the 2 bags of Lego that go along with it. So there's a couple hundred pieces in here. What interested me most about these is that there's characters in here. So there's actually, heads and arms and legs and all that kind of stuff, which the bin is somewhat lacking. So I'm really on the lookout basically at this point just for people almost to finish off the bin. But these will go in and I'll show you that right now. So the next thing I want to show you actually is a deal that I was going on at Target right now, and it's not really, I don't know if it's an advertised deal or what's going on. I haven't really seen any advertising for it. My wife just happened to be in Target and she managed to spot these and knew that I had a few of these and was curious if I wanted any of them, and of course I was, so I thought I would go for it. Now, I do collect Skylanders. I do also have Disney Infinity, but I don't have as many characters for that. And I'm not as intently collecting for that one. Now, I'm not sure about that, what's going to happen with that when the Infinity 2.0 comes around, because they're going to have the Marvel characters and stuff like that. I might just have to get in on that. I'm not sure, but I'm not totally certain how I'm going to split my time between collecting Trap Team, which is coming up for Skylanders, and Disney Infinity 2.0. But we'll have to see how that goes. But I'll show you what I got here. On clearance for $6.50 was Miss Incredible. You can see the clearance sticker there. If you're not aware of the price of these, they're about 13 bucks usually when you're paying retail, so that's a pretty awesome deal right there. Also, one that I was looking for, my kid loves Toy Story, so this is cool, is Woody. I also have Buzz Lightyear right now, but he's the see-through kind of version of Buzz Lightyear, and now I have Woody as well, so that's pretty cool right there. Again, $6.50, so awesome, awesome, awesome. And then finally, a show which, if you've never actually watched it, it's a really good show. It's a Disney show or whatever, but it's really interesting. And this is one of the characters from it, if you don't recognize it. That's Agent P, Perry the Platypus, from Phineas and Ferb. So that's a really funny show, actually, if you are into watching something like that. I just started watching it, actually, a while ago because my cable, basically, or my satellite type thing, cable satellite, whatever you want to call it, we cut it off, but they were still feeding certain channels for free kind of thing. And this was like one of the only channels, was the Disney Channel, that they were feeding for free for quite some time. And so I'd end up watching like Perry the Platypus, or Phineas and Ferb rather, on there, and really got to enjoy the show actually after being subjected to it, not originally seeking it out. So kind of cool anyways. Pretty cool figurine. So those 3 will go into my collection as well. That's really awesome. Now to get on to the major finds for my collection, not the figurines, not the Lego and things like that. Let's get started. The first thing here is Pong for the PlayStation, and it's complete, which is awesome. I love this game. It's an awesome game. It's super cheap too, but that's the way it goes. But the thing about this one is its disc is perfect. My copy is really beat up. Like the case, everything about this is perfect. So I was willing to pay a little bit extra for it. It was a $5 game on my part, but still definitely worth it as far as I'm concerned. The next one here, another PlayStation title. Like, these all came from Talese, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that, but this one here is Kiss Pinball, and again, that was $5, like all the games at Talese lately are priced for $5. It's Kiss and it's pinball. I can't imagine anything better. So that's pretty cool. Didn't have it in my collection, so I thought I would add that in. I don't know a whole lot about this game, but the disc is in great shape, so that's another reason why I picked it up. I did leave a couple of titles behind there because they just weren't things that I wanted. I already had them, and I wasn't really willing to pay $5 for it. But for the next one, definitely worth it, and didn't have it in my collection, and it's Road Trip Vacation 2012. So pretty cool right there. Again, excellent condition case for sure, and the disc is also in mint shape as well, which is really nice. Something else I didn't have in my collection, so I was willing to pay the $5 for it. Pretty awesome right there. Moving on from those finds, I actually walked into a Goodwill, and it was half price on electronics, so that was really nice because I was actually on my way out and I was buying something not video game related. It was like a bunch of bits and things like that for a drill, and I was buying that, and on my way out I spotted this in the glass case, which is really weird because I didn't see it and I looked in the glass case. I did not see this because it was sort of face backwards. I didn't make much of it from the back because it looked like this, so I didn't really think anything of it, but when I got around to the front side of the counter, I could see the advanced symbol here, so I had a feeling there might be something of interest in there. The price that was on this was $20, but it was half price on Electronics Day, so I was able to get this, which is a silver Game Boy Advance. I did test it out, it works perfectly and all that kind of good stuff. Now, I don't know if I'm going to keep this or not. I do have two other models like this, only different colors. I'm thinking I'm just going to sell them all off because I don't really do handhelds that much, and now that I have the Retron 5, I can put them on the big TV, and I really don't need these handheld systems anymore. But still, for $10, I thought, why not? I could use that for trade fodder or something like that. It also came with two games inside this handy dandy case, which is, one of them is Frogger's Adventures 2: The Lost Wand. I'm sure that's a real gem on the system, but one that's a decent game and probably worth the $10 that I paid for the whole thing is Super Mario Advance. So that's that right there. This might actually be a cartridge upgrade for me. I don't know. The label looks really good on it though, so we'll have to see about that. And that was everything for $10 with the case and everything. Pretty cool. I'd like to thank Lisa Q. I don't know if you can see that there. Lisa Q wrote her name on there, but I'll be able to get that off, and the case is in pretty good shape overall, so pretty cool deal. One thing I can't figure out about this case though is I get where the system goes into it, like I understand that it goes there kind of thing, but then there's like a long area here which games don't really fit in here. They move around and then they don't turn sideways in here, so I don't really get what was supposed to be there. And then you have these little square boxes over here that have these like little pieces of foam in them, and then they're also like foam there, and you put a game in it and it seems kind of weird, like it doesn't totally seem like it should fit right. I mean, the hole's cut too big for the thing, so I mean it fits sideways, but then it doesn't go that way. Or if you turn it this way, it's the same problem. There's still too much space at the top, so it's not like it's designed for that to fit in there nicely. So I don't really understand what the point of these two box shapes up here either was. If you have one of these cases and you know like the layout or whatever of this, please let me know, because when I found it, the two games were just sort of sitting in there like that, and this was sitting where it was supposed to, but I don't really get what the rest of it's for. So explain that to me if you know anything about that. So that's pretty cool right there. And the find that I actually found today, I went around to a couple of different places, didn't have the time. I had to drop off my hockey gear because it was starting to smell like a dead body. So I basically took it to a place to get cleaned, and while I was doing that, we stopped off for lunch because it was my wife and my son. And before we did that, we sort of had a little bit of time between the time that we left the house and the time that we got to the hockey place and all this sort of thing. So we stopped in at one of the Goodwills, and glad that I did, because there was a ton of games there, and I managed to pick up one. So I think my previous self probably would have went a little more crazy on it. It was 75% off actually, red tags, And unfortunately, that'll be the last time they do that, and one of the employees actually explained that to me while I was there. I said, oh, are these, actually no, I don't think they were 75% off, they were half off, which is the reason why I didn't get them, because they weren't really worth it at the prices that they were asking, because they're asking $8 for one of the DS games, and it was like Bejeweled Twist or something, and I was kind of interested in it, and if it was going to be, you know, $2 or something like that, I would have been fine with it, but they wanted, you know, $4 for it, and I'm not that interested in it, so I kind of left that. Because it was only half price instead of the normal 75% off. But what they're doing now is the Goodwill is not, at least that location, I don't know about the other one because it was closed today, but that location is going to be doing it where it's like a color of the week, which is horrible because they're not doing the 75% off ever again. They're only doing 50% off and it's color of the week, which basically means something will have to sit there for an entire week before it gets to be the color of the week, and then you can get 50% off, is the way that I figure out that it works. I don't know what colors correspond to what days of the week that they come out, but basically you're going to be waiting like an entire cycle for something to sit there. So something pretty awesome is never going to be 50% off because it's not going to sit there for like a week and a half or 2 weeks or however long it takes to get back around to its color again. So not happy with that news, but that's the way that it goes. Still paying full price for this game, still awesome. Mega Man X Command Mission. The case itself is beat up. I'm going to have to replace the case, but the artwork's in good shape, and the disc I just dropped on the ground because of one of the other flaws of this whole thing. The manual's in great shape. The case is not because it's all busted up in here, that's why the disc just fell out. But the game itself is really, really dusty. It looks like totally trash, but it's not actually. It's just really dusty, and I'll clean that off and it'll look a lot better. There are a few scratches and things on there, but it's still in good shape and it should play a game I didn't have in my collection, so that's really awesome. And a Mega Man game I didn't have in my collection, which is even more awesome. So happy to add that into my collection. I have no idea about this game actually. That's all I can say about it really. If it's good, you let me know. I know it's a pretty good deal. I saw Mega Man on it, so I didn't hesitate to pick it up because I want to get a hold of a lot of the Mega Man games and play them out. I haven't played as much Mega Man in my life as I wish I had, so that's going to be a decent start to that as well. Thanks again for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do feel free to thumbs up this video, comment down below, and I'll see you all later.